Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome back to another installment of Friday Night Videos. I'm your host, Brian Powell, and what I just played there were the chords to La La Means I Love You by the Delfonics. That song was written by William Hart. William Hart was the lead singer and principal songwriter for the vocal group, the Delfonics, which was a group out of Philadelphia, Delfonics, all right? And that song was produced by the producer Tom Bell, which we'll talk a little bit more about him further on in the segment. Now, I played the chords, but I was not suggesting any hint of the melody. So I'm going to play the melody for you. I'm not going to sing it. Last week I sang a little bit because that song was in my range. This one is not. So I'm going to play a bit of the melody so that you can hear that. So that's a bit about how the song sounds with the melody in there suggested there in what I was playing. Now, that song was recorded in the year 1967, but was nationally released in 1968, which happens to be my birth year. And it was a hit. It was number 2 on the R&B charts in 1968, number 4 on the US Billboard pop chart. And then just a few years later, it went to number 19 on the UK pop charts in 1971. So this song sold over 1 million copies, and it helped to launch the production career of Tom Bell. And Tom Bell went on to produce the Stylistics and the Spinners. And this song sort of helped to launch that Philadelphia soul music sound. And Tom Bell was one of the architects of that sound. Now, this song is cool to play because it has one of those great orchestral kind of middle sections. One of those middle sections that leads to a modulation in the song. And I talked a little bit about modulations when I talked about My Girl, and modulating up a whole step, adding more drama to the song. So here's that middle section. right, so that's that middle section, which actually leads to a modulation that's a whole step from where the song started. So it's a great tune. It's a lot of fun to play. I've had a chance to play that song in a couple of different band settings. I've played it with the Pal Younger Project as the whole band. I've also played it instrumentally with like an organ trio version of the band, and it is just a lot of fun to play. When playing with the whole band, you get to sing along, and I get to sing background vocals with that song. It's a lot of fun. So I recommend you go out and listen to the Delfonics version, the original version of La La Means I Love You. But there are some other really good versions of that song that were covered by different people. And so I have two recommendations that I would like to share. Because the first time that I heard it was not the Delfonics version. The first version of this song I ever heard was the one that the Jackson 5 did. So the Jackson 5 did a version of La La Means I Love You, which sounds great. And it's pretty much a very true sort of reproduction of the original. And then, for those of you who are into your jazz music, there is a version of La La Means I Love You that's done by the Bill Frisell Trio. You have to go on to YouTube and look up the Bill Frisell Trio playing La La Means I Love You. It is super cool. Bill Frisell does a phenomenal job with the melody, and he also does some looping. It's really cool. So, a couple of versions there to listen to of that song. Now with the melody. All right. Hope you enjoyed that little segment on La La Means I Love You by the Delfonics, featuring the songwriting of William Hart and the production talents of Tom Bell. And for this segment, I used this Parts Jazz Master that I have. I've talked a little bit about this one. This one's a fun guitar to play. We've got Lindy Fralin pickups. These pickups are made in Richmond, Virginia by Lindy Fralin. They're fantastic. It's got a mastery trim in it. All right. And this is a replacement neck by All Parts. And because this is a Squire Jazzmaster body, so just finding different parts, putting it all together, and this is what I got. And it's really cool, stays in tune really well. Awesome guitar. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that segment and a little bit of factoids about the guitar that I'm playing. All right, so I will see you all next week when who knows what we'll talk about. Have a good evening, everyone, and God bless.